This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
You want coffee?
We all know about coffee. We'll do that once a week,
we're not gonna do coffee. Yeah,
That's a minute and a half. That's a minute and a half of great for my voice. Everybody wants to hear it.
It's like I like the commercial, but yeah, I'm gonna do the voiceover. Don't forget, if you guys need coffee, reach out to Woody and I. We'll hook you up with our boy Steve for Veterans of America Roastery. He does the Bear 6 Actual. Now, Steve, being Steve and being a retiree, is vacationing in Mexico this weekend. But trust me, if you place an order, he'll probably respond from Costa Maya. I think the new Bear 6 Actual bags are in, so I got to order one next week. Of course,
hopefully Steve doesn't get in trouble down there. They'll deport him.
Yeah, no shit. So I know Jody probably needs some coffee, so order some coffee from Steve. Some good stuff. Good evening, everyone. As people start filing in on X and Facebook. So yeah, it's just two guys with no opinion on Halas Hall report. Mike and Mike aren't with us this evening. They sound like a candy, Mike and Mike.
Wow. Mike and Mike in the morning. Holy shit.
Holy crap. No, it's not giving ideas. They both work anyways. So
we should get Kay Adams on here. She's a diehard Bear fan. They kicked her off the NFL Network. Now she has her own show, Up in Adams. So let's try to get her on here.
I wonder if she really thought about that show title really quick.
She thought about me though. I know that.
Oh Jesus! So we have a coach hire, another coach hire since Sunday. We had Bieniemy and all that stuff. New offensive line coach came from Tulane University. You got the particulars, right, Woody?
Yeah, Dan Rauscher. He was in New Orleans, Tulane. So he does have NFL experience. That's a plus, of course. I didn't want it just like a guy coming straight out of college, because this is a whole different ball game. So same with Eric Bieniemy. He came, he was in the NFL, went to college, and now he's back with us too. So that's our biggest need, offensive line. So hopefully he can fire him up and do some suicides on the field.
He was in NOLA for the Drew Brees years, wasn't he? Like 9 years of it?
Yeah.
Experience, man. And Bieniemy, if you think about it, still think about the Bieniemy hire as the running back coach. This is a guy that a lot of people just 2 years ago thought was going to be was going to be a head coach again. So that's some talent. They're getting some coaching talent in here, man.
And he was at New Orleans for 9 years. So he must be doing something right in New Orleans.
With Sean Payton and Drew Cool Breeze.
Yep.
So I'm liking it. Now we're going to get into that point. I think we might have the defensive line coach left to hire, and that's it. And really, we're already looking at personnel issues now, right? Filling the roster. So We've got some free agents. Some we've talked about, like Keenan Allen. I'm sure he'll stay. Jack Sanborn. There's a couple of guys that need to be re-signed. But let me go real quick. We know the guys who are free agents and need to be re-signed. And then I'll get into free agency in a minute. But here's a guy who has a year left in the contract. So you heard from JB, Brent. because I had not heard anything about him yet. JB, if you had heard what he kind of disappeared about a week ago, and no one's heard from him.
Oh boy.
And I missed the morning show, so if there was an update, I didn't get it. So good. We'll wait for Brent to tell us a little bit more there. I came across this yesterday. Oh, let me take that down. I'm sorry. And he's not due, but Spider-Man, this is his 4th year. It's a contract year. Do we re-sign him to an extension this offseason?
Absolutely.
And the question then becomes 4 years, 5 years. What's the money look like?
What are nickelbacks going to these days? And wow.
12, 15 million maybe?
I would do a 4-year. 4-year, 14 million.
14 mil average with some bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see if Spotrac has anything. Well, we got time.
He's one of our best defensive players this year.
Yeah.
Kyler. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, because I think he's an easy extension. I think Brisker's a little bit harder after missing 12 weeks last year with the concussion.
Yep.
And
they said he'll be ready too,
but where's he at? Where is Kyler Gordon at? Come on. Is he that cheap? He's that far down the list on this rookie deal? Tyreek Stevenson's making more than him? You've got to be kidding. No, there's Kyler Gordon. Okay. So Kyler Gordon, see if they've got a it's being really slow to load. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
That could be why. Yeah, I'm about to fix that. There we go. That should be better now. All right, so this is the final year. He's getting 3.3 this year. They don't really have a projection on him in Spotrac. So I would say 15 to about 14 to 17 mils, probably somewhere in there as an annual. Mm-hmm. And some of that may come from bonus. Some of that may come from incentives.
He deserves it.
I think that would be a pretty fair contract for Kyler Gordon. And that's after we do free agency. So really, and that's the thing that they keep in mind. If we extend Kyler Gordon, we might give him some new money this year, but it's not going to affect our cap this year unless we give him new money, right? Mm-hmm. So we're looking at next year's cap where we have even more space. I can't stress this enough. Ryan Poles, no matter, look at every GM is going to have a miss, right? He missed on 1 or 2 guys. Every GM is going to have misses. Not every GM hits on 100% of their draft picks, their free agent signings, their trades, right?
Only Detroit.
Even they have missed on a few.
Well, at least they're all on the same, or they're all still on the roster. When they drafted a couple years ago, they're all on the roster. Amazing.
So he's had a miss or two. I'm fine. What's up, Alberto? But I was getting to the point that the way he structured this team contractually, it's like, okay, we got a couple guys we need to resign this year. None of them are going to be massive money, except maybe Keenan Allen would be the biggest money. Maybe Tevin Jenkins, but I can understand why they didn't extend him last year. He's built in the flexibility where on guys like a Tevin Jenkins, he didn't have to re-sign him, right? He didn't have to extend him because he had to wait and see if the guy, how he does, but he can still afford them. And every year we hit a couple guys like that. Some will get extensions, some will play, pay to make sure I can pay you kind of thing. Prove it. So I like the way he's structured. We're not going to have a bunch of 10 guys pop up needing big contracts all at once. They're spread out.
Yep.
A couple here, a couple there. Edmonds and Edwards are next off season. So I would think he'd get rid of Gordon now. So next year he can make up his mind on Edmonds and Edwards if he doesn't just straight up extend them this year, which he could do as well. So it's not going to affect free agency this year. We look at free agency this year. Two things to look at. One, we talked about, right? Trey Smith
Yep.
from the Chiefs. If he gets there, and you gotta love Grok with the AI image of him in a Bears uniform.
Uh-huh.
What do you think the Bears are paying if, let's say, he makes free agency? What's the dollar cost to the Bears?
Well, like I said on Sunday, blank check here. What you want? Our biggest need. Go after him.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be somewhere in that 20 mil mark, 19, 20, 21. But then we get the bombshell that dropped on Monday. You're gonna like this one. You ready, Woody?
Mm-hmm.
I wish the screen didn't cover your face when I show this, but it's going to.
No. Nope. Keep all our draft picks. I don't want to trade draft picks away, and he's going to want moolah money. He's 29 years old.
Yep. Still in his prime.
Yep. Yeah,
you pair him with Sweat, that's a top 5 defense all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. But wait, okay, here's a question.
Yep.
If Cleveland comes to you, what are you giving them?
I don't think it's going to be 2 first rounders, but it would be probably a first rounder, so maybe number 10, because they're going to want it this year, not next year. Or you give them this year, I give them the Carolina 2, which is basically like a high-end 1, low-end 1, right? Because it's so early in the second, and I give them the number 1 next year.
Well, this is the only way I would do that is if we address the offensive line during free agency. But you got to think if Trey Smith wants that 20, what does Myles Garrett want?
Well, let's say you give Myles Garrett's going to be about 25, 30. Let's see.
For how long?
Good question. Let me see there.
So what with the salary cap increase, we'll have what, 83 million, correct?
Approximately. Myles Garrett right now is making 19.7 as his cap hit this year. Man, his dead cap is going to be a lot if they trade him. But let me look at the contract more, or look at him more specifically, his contract. So his contract, he's under contract for this year and next year. His base salary was only $1.2 million last year, with a $4.2 million signing bonus prorated and $14 million in options. So his cap hit was 20 mil. His cap hit next year is 19.7. His cap hit in 26 is 20 million. So there's 2 years of team control, and then 27 is a void year, where he can become a free agent when he's 32 years old. So you don't have to re-sign him right away. You really don't. He didn't say you want to trade because of money, right? He said you want to trade to go somewhere where he can win. So you've got him under a team contract for 2 years at $20 million a year, basically. So let's say you get Trey here for about $20 million, and then you could sign Myles Garrett for $20 million. That's 40, and that gives you about, you still have, let's say you're at 43. You got about 40 million left to spend on re-signings in the draft class.
Well, I hate to say it, another team that has a lot of like everything is the Eagles. They can probably, with Graham retiring, they could probably re-sign Sweat and sign Garrett.
They could.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think the Browns, so right now the Browns are saying we're not going to take offers. Well, dude, when your star player takes out an ad in the newspaper and writes a letter to the fans telling them how he loved playing there and he's leaving, you're trading Myles Garrett, right? They lost their leverage.
Money talks.
Yeah, they lost their leverage on Garrett. So if I'm Cleveland, though, I'm not trading him to an AFC team. I want him out of the conference. If I'm going to trade him, I want him out of the conference. Khalil Mack, traded him to the NFC. When we trade him, back to the AFC, right? So they want him. They don't want to see him at all, unless it's a Super Bowl. That's the only time they want to see him. So I think it's an NFC team. The Packers could try to get in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, the Commanders might try to get in on that.
Yep.
I don't know. Do the Bears get in on that though?
Like I said, the only way I would address that is if we address the offensive line through free agency to give up that first round pick. My opinion.
I mean, my God, already I think the offensive line is better just because of the head coach. Because like I said, if you look at the talent level between Washington's O line and our O line, it's really about the same. The difference was the coaching and the scheme and everything they were doing. We have the personnel. We need depth. That's what we lacked, was depth. We have decent to good starters. We have good starters, but no depth behind them if they should get hurt, and that's where our problems were.
Yeah, Dan Quinn could easily get Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Easily.
And when's that awards show? Is that tomorrow night? NFL honors?
Let me see. Oh, by the way, I forgot to bring this up. You know this already. Bears retained Richard Hightower as a special teams coach. Yep. And what is great about the Bears, and I don't know if every team would do this, over half the team congratulated him when they retained him.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It means the players like him. I think the NFL honors are tomorrow.
Let's see. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll find
in New Orleans. Yep.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow if he gets Coach of the Year. I mean, but the coaching is different, so we just need we need depth. Now, if we can get a stud like old Boyer from Kansas City, cool. The right side should be solid then. But then we just need depth. I still think we should re-sign Pryor. He won't cost more than $6 million. I still think we should re-sign Jenkins, but not if he's $17 million. If Jenkins is at a decent price, I'd say re-sign him. He's damn good when he's hurt, when he's not injured. If you can re-sign him and then get an adequate backup, Pryor, we're probably okay there. But now we need to worry about left tackle. I don't think Kieran's going to be ready. So we got to find at least a decent left tackle who might have to start the first 2 or 3 games of the year.
Yep.
So it's not like we need a massive overhaul in the O-line. We just need some depth. I mean, if we can get upgrades, great. We got to re-sign Coleman Shelton too. He might cost a little bit, but I'm thinking maybe $6-7 million. But we're going to get to that time period here starting Monday, right, where we're going to start hearing about this stuff because the Super Bowl will be over. Broski doesn't like any of this talk. It's like, stop it. Broski thinks we need like 7 new O-linemen. He's like, get rid of all of them. He's like,
well, hey, all Bears fans are frustrated. They know where the issue is.
Broski's like, all right, tackle's good, and everyone else needs to be cut. That's where Broski sits. But I'm like, look at minute. Look, see, that's I told you. Look what I told you. I mean, look at the numbers don't lie, man. The talent level of that O-line compared to the talent level of Washington, about the same. Coaching, but
I mean that's why, because Kelvin Banks, he's a tackle, great. I mean, he's probably going to be. Will from LSU has been dropping, so they're saying Kelvin Banks might be before him. But Kelvin Banks drops to 10. I think that's our first pick.
Like I think we should. I definitely agree. We still need to go out if we can get the big name offensive lineman, stud guy, especially at right guard, I'm good. I'm good there. Right side is great. Pryor becomes the backup, right? Braxton Jones, the question is he injured or not? So we might need a left tackle. Kieran was a rookie last year. I love it. He goes, Kieran is injured slash suck. Kieran was a rookie, thrown in his one start against one of the best pass rushers in the NFC. I mean,
But
on short notice, he got told on Saturday, by the way, you're the starter now.
I know that, but what he said to Caleb, hey, I got you. Yeah, that fucked him up right there.
So, of course, Broski says we're not going to resign Shelton, so we have no center. And Jenkins or Pryor, I think at least 2 of the 3, if not all 3, get re-signed.
I'm still up in the air about Jenkins because I know money. If he gets more money, it's coaching, but money doesn't save you from injuries.
Jenkins, look at Jenkins for me. It depends on the money. I don't think Pryor costs you much, and he's good. At worst, he's very good depth for the team. See, here's what Broski's forgetting. You need to have depth. Great. I signed 4 new offensive linemen. I have no depth behind them because I let Pryor go. I let Shelton go. I booted Kieran on a rookie contract out the door, even though I have 3 years of cheap rookie play still left on contract for him. Where's my depth at, Broski? Where's my depth, Broski? Give me alternatives, my man. Don't tell me no chance. Dude, there aren't that many free agents. Pryor was a very good stopgap for us. He played really well at right guard coming in. I don't want him as a starter. I definitely want him on that rotation, though. Who's going to be our center, Broski? Oh, don't tell me. Well, we're going to draft the guy in the 3rd round or the 5th round because we don't have a 4th rounder. Oh, our starter's going to come in the 5th round. Don't give me that. That's not an answer. Right. Okay. So you still like when I say we're signing some of these guys, I re-sign them like Pryor, right? Pryor is a good depth guy, and he's not going to be expensive. Shelton is going to be a good depth guy if you get a new center, right? If you can't get a new center, you've got one. Jenkins is a very good left tackle if he can stay unhurt. Who's an upgrade? No, I'm not. I'm being realistic here. Who's the upgrade? If I saw a good upgrade that I knew was going to be a free agent, I'd grab him. I don't have low standards. The PFF grades tell a lot. I know you hate PFF. That's part of your problem. Who's my upgrade at center that's going to be a free agent? I can think of one, and that's the kid from Atlanta, and that's if Atlanta lets him hit free agency. So let's be realistic. If he doesn't hit free agency, who's my center next year, Broski, if I don't re-sign my current one? That's not fanboying. That's being realistic. Like, Woody, can you think of another center out there if the kid from Atlanta gets re-signed in Atlanta and doesn't hit free agency?
I'll check up on it.
Yeah, it's one that's going to be better than our current one.
Let's see.
Same thing for left guard. If we let Braxton go, who's going to be the left guard? We assume we're going to be able to re-sign guys in free agency. What happens when we assume? Makes an ass out of you and me. And I love you, Broski. You know I do. But who? And are they actually going to make it to free agency? Like, look at this guy here. You maybe missed it when we talked about him. I'd love to have Trey Smith. I've already got him a Bears uniform, Broski. But is he going to get to free agency, or is Kansas City going to be able to retain him? I'm asking, well, look, if I'm off, then tell me who I'm off with. Tell me who the center is going to be. Who's the right guard going to be? Who's the left guard going to be? Who's the left tackle that we're going to get? If we're going to get all these great people, Broski, who are they going to be? Where are my 5 NFL starters that are all upgrades to my current players coming from? That's a fair question. Is that a fair question, Woody? Or am I off base here?
No, it's just we got the guy from Indianapolis is going to be a free agent. I don't know where he's ranked. I think his name is Ryan Kelly. So it's just Ryan Kelly and Dahlman are probably better than Shelton out there. They're going to be free agents.
So
And
if
the two ahead of Shelton both have young quarterbacks behind them.
Right. So what are the odds they're going to make it? Okay, then what's if we look at left tackle, left guard, right? I don't know if we'd spend a lot on left tackle because Braxton Jones has been good overall for us. I know Broski hates him, but he's played well. He got injured at the end of the year, but he played the whole year for the most part. He had a little bit. He wasn't terrible, but he wasn't as good as the year prior. I love this. Okay, who? Hey, Woody, we're going to draft a new edge rusher, 3 interior linemen, and 4 new safeties too. I can't tell you who, but we're going to sign them, and they're going to solve all our problems.
Oh,
that's what Broski's telling me on the offensive. You sign a free agent offensive guard or OC. Okay, who? You draft position and sign between OG and OC. Okay. Who? Draft a left tackle. It's not difficult. Okay. Who? Like you just assume that there's going to be a starting caliber left tackle available in the second round or the first round. If let's say in the first round we sign the best offensive lineman, let's say it's a left guard. Great, by Tevin Jenkins. And we've signed a right guard in free agency. I still need a center and left tackle and an edge rusher. I'm going to get 2 starters in the second round. I'm going to get a center and a left tackle and no edge rusher. And let's hope now that my offensive line, which has 3 rookies on it, is going to the playoffs. I'll shoot you the link. Broski, I'm not the guy saying put 3 rookies on the offensive line next year. Here, Broski, I'll shoot you the link. Oops. I'll copy the link. Hold on. There you go. Come on, Broski. I want names. I mean, look, I'm not saying we don't need upgrades, but I don't think you're being completely realistic. I think you still need to re-sign guys for depth at minimum, like prior depth. Shelton sucks. Ben Johnson knows it. Well, I mean, what do you think on Shelton? Let's get a third party opinion here.
Well, PFF grades, you know, he was up there individually, but I thought Shelton could have had a better year. Maybe he'd be better second time around. I'm not too sure. We'll see. Down.
And my only thing is from other players that we know it's out there, like you say, you got the guy in Indianapolis, you got Dahlman in Atlanta. Look, I would take them over Shelton, Broski. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but are they going to be there when free agency starts? That's the question. See, look, he thinks they all suck. Do you agree with him at all, Woody, with this?
The only thing I agree with is Jenkins. Like I said, I don't. We're different on that. I don't think he gets re-signed at all. Pryor I like. Pryor I like. Yeah, Pryor I like.
I agree with you on Jenkins because of the money. Because we saw the report that he might want 17 mil. No, see you later. Bye. You're injured too much, right? Yep. But if he's going to go for 5 or 6 mil on a prove it deal, I'll resign for that. Because my worst case with him is I can make him a backup if I get a new left tackle or left guard, and I know I got a solid left guard and backup. So I've added some good depth there. Because remember, if we let these guys walk, we still got to replace them with better depth than what we have now, which is non-existent. Like
Right.
the rookie is probably a year or two away from being where he needs to be. Kieran, hopefully he takes a step this year. He was a third rounder last year. Hopefully he takes a step forward. Pryor, I don't think sucked. I don't agree with him that Shelton sucked. The numbers don't bear that out. But the question with Shelton, and I'm not averse to getting rid of him, but are the guys who are better than him available in free agency? Because I don't want an offensive line with 3 or 4 rookies on it with
Right.
Caleb. I'm good with one rookie on the line starting, not 3 or 4. I mean, I get why everyone's all bent out of shape on the line. I get it. I really do. Look at the same line played better the year prior under different coaching. Because we were like one of the best run offenses in the league. And all of a sudden last year we're not. And it's 3/5 of that line was the same. And the center last year we had was better than the center we had the year before. Shelton was an upgrade over the committee of centers we had the year before. And at right guard, when Pryor came in towards the end of the year to be the right guard, he was pretty solid, man. He was pretty solid. I think he earned a contract to at least be a backup. He didn't have that good of a game at tackle. When they moved him out to tackle, he didn't do as well. But at right guard and left guard, he did pretty well.
See, that's what I don't want, injuries, and they have to start fluctuating linemen around. I don't like that.
See, that's the other thing I like about Pryor, though. He can play right guard or left guard and play them both well. He's not really that good. He played tackle. They kicked him out there. He was serviceable at best, I would say. I think this is why Broski probably hates him the most, because he remembers the games he played tackle, right?
Right.
He's not good at the tackle, but he's good at the guard position. He got moved out to tackle because, well, we had no one, because that was after Kieran got hurt. So we need O-line. We need out of the top first 3 picks, 2 need to be O-linemen. And if for some reason we get into this Myles Garrett thing, let's say we trade away the 10 and something else to get Garrett, that means both second rounders need to be offensive linemen. At 72, or was it 70 and 73 are the picks, I think?
Yeah.
Like
70.
No, I'm sorry. No,
40,
70 is the third round.
Yeah, so 40 and 42.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Well, let me bring up the picks.
I know we have 8.
Yeah, I'll bring up the picks real quick again. I just want to know if I don't disagree completely with what Broski is saying about needing the line. Okay, so we have 10, 39, 41, and 72. That's the first 3 rounds. So if we trade away number 10 because we go for Myles Garrett, that means 39, 41 have to be O-line, and 72 probably needs to be either a safety or a corner. And then we've got 5, 6, and 2 in the 7. Those are the picks. No 4th rounders. So, I mean, I think Jenkins out of that group that like I said, I agree with you, Woody, that he's probably the one who doesn't get a contract, and that's mostly because if he's asking for way too much money with the health concerns. But when he's healthy, he's good. He's real good. I don't know. What else do you think we need besides O-line and an edge and maybe a safety?
Maybe another cornerback. Hopefully Santos is in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm still up in the air about this running back, so it depends on Wheeler. That's about it.
Okay, Broski, I haven't gone through all the free agents and players in the draft. I don't blame you on the players in the draft because I haven't either. That's not the point. Okay. There are better free agents and players in the draft than players we have on our roster, what you're saying. Well, wait, you just contradicted yourself. Because how do you know if they're better players if you haven't even looked at them yet? And that's what I'm telling you. Like, Woody and I are selling, like, we're looking at players right now. Like, he looked at the centers right now. There are two that are better. If they neither make free agency, who are you going to get that's better?
I'll let you know the one behind them. Let's see. Elton, number 3. Dude, that is it.
That's it. What do we got? What's free? What are the free agents at left tackle and looking like?
Left tackle.
Yeah, if we let's say we get rid of Braxton Jones, who's on a rookie deal by the way still, but let's say we demote him to a backup position because we're not going to cut him. He's on a cheap rookie deal and he's at minimum serviceable as a backup, probably even the Broski's super high unrealistic standards. But who's out there better than Braxton Jones at left tackle right now that we can snag in free agency?
Ronnie Staley from
How old?
Baltimore. Let's see. Let's see how old he is.
Broski, but not true. True, but not true. Just because they're free agents right now, we cannot sign them because remember you got the exclusive signing period.
Fuck you, Rob. Go fuck yourself.
Oh yeah.
Go to work.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, Broski, they've got to get to free agency first. So with those two centers, they could get re-signed by their current former teams, if you will, and the Bears may never get a chance to offer them a contract.
So we got Ronnie Staley. He's 30 years old.
Okay.
You got Cam Robinson in Minnesota, which he just got there.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's 29 years old.
A little better age-wise.
Tyron Smith of the Jets.
Yeah, that offensive line was really good.
Yeah, he's 34 though.
Yeah, no.
I remember he's from Dallas. Alaric Jackson for the Rams.
How old?
26.
Not bad.
So he's probably coming out of his rookie contract. Dan Moore of the Steelers. What, doesn't have his fucking age? Hold on.
He's older than us, Woody.
He's 26. He's probably another one coming out of his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of left tackles out there that are not too many.
How many of those guys rank above Jenkins though?
What's his grade ranking?
We'd have to look at his PFF. Let me pull up PFF for it real quick. And Broski, before you say it, I know you hate PFF, but it's the metric that everyone uses. I mean, that's the other thing. If you're not using PFF as a metric, what metric do you have? Oh, I got to re-sign in.
I agree with you, Ken, but it's a team sport.
Yep.
And
but
that's
we're talking
probably
about
why
individual contracts, right? To get an individual contract, you kind of have to look at it, right?
Right.
So, okay, so Braxton Jones score last year was a 77.4.
That's his rank.
He's 21st out of 81 tackles in the league. Darnell Wright, 16 of 81 tackles in the league at a 79.3.
All right. So say the rankings, not the percentages.
21 for Jones.
So there's two better than Jones. Cam Robinson and Ronnie Staley.
At
Which,
center,
if
Shelton was go ahead.
if Baltimore does not sign Ronnie Staley to keep Lamar Jackson upright, they're fucking
Right.
stupid. They're stupid. And now, what other position?
All right, Shelton was ranked 13th in the league out of 40 centers in the league last year.
Yeah, there's only 2 better than him.
Right. Mark Pryor, who right now they have slated as the starter at right guard on PFF, 21 out of 77.
Right guard.
His PFF was a 69.9. 21 out of 77.
So 21, you said?
Yep.
Let's see.
While he's doing that, Brent, I think we got Swift for it was a 3 or 4 year deal.
Right.
So at least 2 more years.
So Trey Smith is the only one better than Tevin Jenkins right now.
And that's the guy we want. All right, let me continue. As Broski, I see you railing there. I put him up, and I'm looking at the other screen, so I'm sorry. I'll put him up in a minute. Jenkins is 13th at left guard. He scored a 75.4. Oof. Which was his second best year in the league.
Excuse me. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate it.
He played in 14 games this year, but like 3 of them he left early. So the health thing is a thing with Tevin Jenkins.
Right.
Okay, but we don't know who those players are yet, Broski, so we can't really say we're going to get them if they're still actively on a roster and have not been cut or trades. I mean, there could be trades, sure, but once again, we assume that these things are going to happen. All right, and answered that question. Okay, so he has his own the Broski grading system. That's fine. The GMs don't use the Broski grading system. I may like the Broski grading system to a degree, but the GMs don't use it. I hate to tell you that, brother. I agree with you that you can't have a half-ass O-line. I get that, but look at GMs are using that. Let me show you a comparison really quick, okay? I'm going to do a share screen here because I want to show Broski what I'm talking about. And what I think, Broski, the one piece you're missing to the O-line puzzle is coaching makes a difference. So let me try to share this to you here. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I want to share. So there's the Bears starting offense right as of today. You can see that pretty good, Woody?
Probably needs to be a little bigger.
Okay.
I know that's what she said.
Yeah, you have that problem a lot, I know.
Absolutely. That's why I just ordered my just guys reach out to me if you want any blue chews.
Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I got it.
All right. So that's the offensive line right now. That's our offense starting right now, but key in on the offensive line. Okay? Bear with me. Let me make this the normal size so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Now,
Oof.
this is the Washington Commander O-line that made us look silly. They grade much worse than our O-line. Yet, they performed much better. Right? coaching, I like that, Brent. That's funny. Coaching is a big thing, and how you utilize the personnel you have, and we were terrible at it last year. Now I know you hate PFF, but they do. But we don't have that grading system, broski. We have PFF, and PFF grades have been pretty darn close to what people have done. Left tackle, defensive end, center, guard, safety, DT, running back. I don't think I don't think we have a need at running back, but that's okay. He's putting safety because I think you think Byard's going to be cut and Brisker's going to retire.
Oh my! Well, Brisker said that he's going to be back and better than ever. That's what he said.
I don't think we're drafting a running back. I think we're fine with Roschon and Swift and the kid from last year that didn't make the team because he got injured.
Oh, Wheeler.
They were high on Wheeler. I don't see us cutting that, and I'm surprised. But you said Byard's not going to come. I don't think he's going to be cut. I love broski takes, but yeah, I don't think they're cutting Byard. He had a great season. Now,
Owens had a bad season.
Owens actually wasn't that bad.
Oh.
He wasn't brought in to be a starter. He's a good rotation guy, but he performed pretty well overall. I could see us bringing Indo another safety because of Brisker. You know what I'm saying? I think the Brisker injury makes you get another safety for depth.
Right.
Oh, geez. Yes, Byard is 8.5 mil this year. Okay, broski. Let me look this up for you so I can tell you how much he costs us if we cut him. All right. Byard. If we cut Byard, it's $7 million dead cap. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I read that wrong. 1.5 million dead cap, 7 million savings. His cap hit this year is 8.5 million. That's his cap hit. And I don't think they cut him. Once again, unless you can find better, cheaper, I don't think you're cutting them. Dude, we got like $83 million to play with. We're not hurting for cash. Okay, you know what? I'll agree with you, broski. With the condition. Yeah, if they need to find $3 million to sign Myles Garrett, yeah, maybe they cut Byard. But it's like they're gonna have to we need money to sign this massively huge player, and maybe he becomes a cap casualty. I could agree with you on that. Would that be fair? What do you think?
Yeah, on that point, yeah.
It's not that expensive. Not for the production he's given you. I agree on the old part. I was a little surprised about how good the production was too, given the age. But broski, I mean, is he?
Let me see.
We have to do a comparison with the other safeties in the league and see where he's.
Hold on.
All right. I mean, on the Bears roster right now, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's the 8th highest contract on the team right now. Montez is the highest, then DJ, then Jalen Johnson.
So the average NFL safety salary is $21 million per year. What it says here.
Jesus. To answer the question from earlier tonight, I was able to look it up. We have DeAndre Swift through the 2026 season under contract too. So that should answer that question from earlier. Yeah, I mean, Rojo, look, I think they're going to use Rojo different with Swift. I think we're going to see more of the two-headed monster versus Swift with a little bit of Rojo thrown in. Because did you notice how Swift got better when Rojo played more? Because
Right.
they're different styles. They complement each other. They loosen up the boxes for each other, so to speak. Because look at Swift has a home run. He has home run hitting speed. He's one of the fastest guys in the NFL right now. So he's got breakaway speed. He's a home run hitter. I think you need Rojo and Swift, to be honest, for the run game to work in the Ben Johnson offense. So, and I think they're high on Wheeler still, or at least Poles is high on Wheeler. They liked the kid last year. I think Wheeler gets a fair shake to be running back 3.
Not the cord.
Right, Brent? So, I mean, I think that's where that goes. But Broski, I guess, Woody just showed you that Byard isn't that expensive, right?
Mm-mm.
So, dude, he's a home run. Yeah, I mean, he says he's a third, but I mean, yeah, I don't know about the dome of obedience there. I mean, Swift's a home run hitter. We all saw him hit some home run balls last year. I mean, he gets the outside, he's gone. I mean, saw it live in person in Washington. He gets it outside, he's gone. Broski's doubting your stat there, Woody.
Everybody doubts me.
Yeah, that's what he just looked up.
Wait up, hold on.
He goes, no way, no chance, no how to that, Woody.
Hold on. Oh, that was hold on.
Oh, he looked at the wrong thing.
No.
The average. All right, this is what it says. I must have had the other position still on. The average NFL safety salary is $67,344 per year, or $32 an hour. That's what it says. The salary range for the salary range for NFL safeties from $53,000 to $102,500 per year.
That doesn't sound right.
The highest paid safety is $21 million a year. That's Antoine Winfield.
Okay.
Derwin James is $19 million per year. Micah Fitzpatrick's $18.24 million a year. McKinney $16.75 million a year. And then Jesse Bates is $16 million. So it looks like it's between $16 and $21 million a year. That's what the best safeties are.
The average salary, this is Grok says, the average salary for a starting NFL safety in 2024 was reported to be around I'll just round it up, because $2.2 million per year, according to data from ASUSA. However, this can vary based on, I said for starting safeties, not just safeties. So yeah, Antoine was 21 mil. So 2 mil is an average. So 2 to 3 million is an average for a starter. And I would say Byard's worth more than that based off last year. Good evening. Yep, good evening, Matt.
What's up, Matt?
Bear down. But yeah, don't forget, the broski with the moski. We love broski. He is the expert in his own mind.
But he doesn't show up.
I know. We gave him the link, and he doesn't come on. You know what it is? He's got too much of that Carolina barbecue he's slinging right now. He's probably full of barbecue sauce. That's
no. He's probably really cheering for the Eagles to win.
He doesn't want us to see all the Eagles gear. Yeah, but he's better than the average starting safety, though, broski. I mean, he's better than the average starting safety, so of course he's going to make that kind of money. No word on JB, Matt. There's a plan in place if I don't hear something by Monday, though, just so you know. Dude, no, I gave you the link so you can actually come on the show. You don't have to show yourself. You can you can hide your camera so you can come on like this.
And be a Packer fan.
Yeah, without the Packers logo.
Broski, you come on Sunday, bud. You're more than welcome.
Yeah. You're amongst friends, bros.
Kirby Joseph, well, they don't have to pay for his neck because he has probably one of the biggest necks as a DB. But Kirby Joseph, he got burnt a lot this year. Yeah, no.
But I mean, Broski, I get where you're coming from on all your arguments tonight. I get where you're coming from, but look, I'm looking at the board, going, what's actually available now? What's not what is available? I mean, even though at the beginning of the show, which you missed, I come right out and say, boy, wouldn't this be great to get Trey Smith? I think Trey Smith, though, is a possibility because of the money Kansas City has outgoing already to certain pieces. So Trey Smith might hit free agency, in which case the Bears need to look back up the Brinks truck, say, take our money, please. Great, but now you've spent a third of your free agency money on him. Where's the other money coming from? That we got to get these guys with. Me too. I do, Broski. I do.
What about Broski? What about me? I mean, fuck. It's all Ken. The fuck is up with that?
And Broski, I've already got that planned for Monday. The other thing. So, but we don't want 18 million people doing it. I've already talked to his employer, and there's some stuff going on. Let's see. Look, he said you're the man, Woody.
I know.
Find me a safety corner that doesn't get burnt once in a while. We always remember the times they get burnt, but we don't see the other 40 times where they stop the play from happening, or had such phenomenal coverage the quarterback couldn't put it there, made a great tackle. We don't. Oh, but he got the burn on this 3rd and 20 play. He's a bum.
Yeah, Brent, though, how many interceptions were thrown right in his fucking hands this year?
Oh, that was McKinney. I mean,
McKinney's
Stafford in the Rams game threw it right at me, right? Like
yeah.
McKinney was hit there with no one around for 10 yards, and so Stafford just gave McKinney that one.
Yep.
But I mean, look at Stevenson. I think is getting better. He played well. Our secondary is good. I like our linebacking core. They kind of had a little bit of a down year last year. I get that. The D line needs more pressure. That's why we need an edge. I think Booker hopefully will take a step forward, plus whatever we sign or draft or trade for. Offensive line, I agree with Broski. We need offensive line. I just disagree with how much offensive line we're going to get or can get. I mean, look, at perfect world scenario, we have enough money to get the kid from Atlanta doesn't get re-signed, and we can sign him, and we can sign Trey Smith, and we can get a left tackle because if Baltimore shits the bed because they don't have the money, and we can maybe get him, and you still got Jones on contract on a rookie deal, so you're good there. But now you got to worry about your left guard, and I don't know, maybe you re-sign Pryor and put Pryor there at that point because now the money is starting to run a little thin, and who knows what if you haven't used any of that draft capital, maybe a Myles Garrett trade or something like that. I mean, there's a lot of different ways this can turn. Yeah, and I'm curious to see that too, because I think Stevenson has the can be a really good player in this league.
I was going to call Peanut Tillman to retire from the FBI and come back and be our DB coach.
There you go. Free agency is
March 13th.
Yeah. But that's open free agency. You've got the period of time. I think it starts, I think like Monday it starts where the teams can have the exclusive negotiating rights with the players that are free agents from their rosters. I think that starts this next week. I'll double check that for Sunday's show, Bradley. But then actual free agency starts like in March.
It's March 13th.
Yeah, March 13th. So, but so you're going to have almost a month where the teams can have the exclusive window, and we'll start to figure out who's going to be a free agent, who's not. Hey guys, we got like 40 seconds left. I don't think there's anyone behind us. I can go as long as I want, but anywho, don't forget to be back with us Sunday at 11 a.m. Central, noon on the East. Ken and Ken in the morning, Monday through Friday, as Broski with the Moski can tell you, every day at 10 Central, 11 on the East. That's going to be it for Woody and I, the two guys who really have no opinion. But thank you. Yeah, thank you, Broski, for the conversation tonight, and everyone else.
You too, Broski.
Yep, has been watching. It's always a pleasure to conversate with you guys. look, there's a lot of things that happen. These are all just our opinions, and Woody and I don't really have one.
No, fuck it.
We throw shit out there for you guys to mull about and think about and argue about. But that's where we're at. So we'll see everyone Sunday on Halas. Thank you all for being there. Have a great night, everyone.
Go Chiefs.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Get all your sports news here first. The daily podcasts are Ken and Ken in the Morning, Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B, Wrestling Roundup, The Big Football Show, and more, Shield TV, Lions Villain Report, and Red Zone Rant. The afternoon podcasts are Valhalla, Grosef Sports, WCFL Dolphins Talk, The Cheap Seats, The Bodkin Show, Spirit of Detroit Podcast, and Maniacs. The nightly podcasts are Halas Hall Report, Frozen Tundra Network, Skull Gang 365, The Huddle Sports Network Open Mic, First and 10 with Foz, Main Event Football Show, Prime Sports World, The Man Cave, Prim and Proper Sports. Spitballing Podcast, Lions Fan Cave Chat, Puckett, 313 Den Podcast, The Guys Huddle, Shots from the Sideline, Let's Talk Sports, The Michigan Truth Sports Podcast, Off the Rails, NFC Northeast, Power Hours, and Detroit Lions News. Make sure you follow, like, share, subscribe, and comment. Hope you like all the shows.